Your alarm goes off. It's cold, it's dark, and your bed has never felt more like a cozy fortress. The easy thing to do: surrender, hit snooze, tell yourself maybe tomorrow. But what if the real battle isn't with the cold? What if it's all in your head? The biggest thing stopping you from winter running goal isn't the ice on the ground. It's the resistance in your mind. I'm going to share a simple mind trick that can turn your morning dread into one of the best runs of your week. Let's just be honest for a second. The idea of running in a deep freeze can feel impossible. And that little voice in your head, let's call them the brain gremlins. They're experts at talking you out of it. They'll whisper things like, I hate running in the dark, or I'm so out of shape. It won't even be a good run, or I'll never hit my goals anyway. So I might as well stay inside. This feeling is completely normal, I promise. Even the most elite runners feel that pull back to their warm sheets. The struggle gets so much harder in the winter for a few reasons. First, the difference between your warm, cozy bed and the cold, dark outside makes the factor about 10 times worse. Second, our brains are just wired to avoid risks, so dark, slippery conditions naturally set off our internal safety alarms. And finally, there's the trap of all or nothing thinking. We tell ourselves that it can't do the perfect run, the right pace, or on a clear path in nice weather. Then it's not worth doing at all. So we just don't. But here's the most important thing you need to hear. Feeling the resistance doesn't mean you're not a real runner. It isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're human, who is about to do something hard. And just admitting that, embracing that it's supposed to be hard, is the first step to beating it. So how do we fight back against those cozy vibes, telling us to stay put? We don't. We just bypass them with a purpose so strong that staying in bed feels like you're letting yourself down. This starts with two simple but powerful ideas: knowing your why and connecting with your future me. First up, your why. Why are you even running in the first place? Seriously, take a second and answer that. Is it for your mental health, to get some time that's just for you, to build confidence, or do you have a specific goal like a spring 5K or half marathon? Whatever your why is, you need to see it when it matters most. So here's your first move. Write it down, put it on a sticky note, on your mirror, make it your phone's lock screen, or tape it right next to your alarm clock. When you go to hit snooze in the morning, your goal should be staring you right in the face, asking, is sleeping in more important than me today? Next, let's bring that why to life by introducing you to someone, your future me. This is the version of you in April or May. I want you to actually do this with me. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine it's a bright spring's morning. The air feels mild. The sun feels warm. Picture yourself going out for a run. You're running, your breathing is easy, your legs feel strong, you feel fit. You feel proud and energized that you didn't skip any of the hard months. You put the work in when nobody else was watching. That person you just visualized is real, but they're counting on the present you to make the tough choice on a frosty January morning. Every time you feel that dread, you're not just choosing between running and sleeping, you're choosing whether or not to show up for your future self. That gives the run a real purpose, turning it from just suffering into an investment in the person you want to become. Now for the trick itself, the one simple, non-negotiable rule that will get you out the door almost every single time. It's the 5-minute rule. Some people say 10 minutes, but we're making it even easier. Here's the deal. You make with yourself. You only have to commit for 5 minutes. That's it. Get dressed, get outside and start moving. Walking is also fine for just 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes you still feel miserable and you want to go back to bed, you have full permission to turn around and head home. No guilt, no shame, you did what you said you would do. This works because it destroys the biggest barrier, the mental gymnastics of just starting a 30 or 60-minute run in the freezing cold sounds awful. But 5 minutes? Anyone can do 5 minutes. It's such a small ask that your brain gremlins can't even come up with a good argument against it. And what happens? I bet 90% of the time, once you're out there, once your blood is pumping and your body starts making its own heat, you just keep going. The hardest part was starting. You already did it. This rule also helps you let go of perfection. Winter isn't about setting personal records. Success on a frosty morning isn't your pace or distance. Success is just getting out the door. Whether you run for 5 minutes or 5 miles, you've won the real battle. The moment you stepped outside, it was from just suffering into an investment, into the person you want to become. If this is starting to make sense and you're feeling a little less dread and a little more, I can do this, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It really helps me know we're on the right track together. A mind trick is great, but a routine is unstoppable. Motivation comes and goes, but a routine is what you do no matter how you feel. The goal here is to make getting out the door so automatic that you don't even need to feel motivated. You do that by removing every possible excuse beforehand. That starts the night before. Lay out your entire running kit, every single piece, base layer, mid layer, jacket, tights, socks, gloves, hat, everything. Charge your headlamp, your watch, put your shoes by the door. When you wake up, you don't think, you don't search, you don't make decisions, you just get dressed and go. The second part of the routine is a solid reward system. Your brain needs to build a positive link with the cold run, and it does that by connecting the hard part with a payoff. Plan a post-run reward that you actually look forward to. Maybe it's that first perfect cup of hot coffee. Maybe it's a hot shower or your favorite breakfast. Over time, your brain will start to look forward to the reward, not the dread of the run, which makes that initial push so much easier. Once you're actually out there, the mental game isn't over. This is where you turn run from something to have to do into something that makes you feel powerful. First, embrace the badass factor. On those quiet mornings, when you're one of the only people out there, you're part of an exclusive club. You're one of the few who chose to show up when it was easier to stay at home. There's a real strength you can pull from that. It changes your inner voice from "this sucks" to "I'm doing this and most people aren't." Every run, this is a deposit into your mental toughness bank. You're not just training your body, you're training your identity as someone who does hard things. Second, always focus on the after feeling. You will almost never regret going for a run, but you will almost always regret skipping it. That feeling when you walk back through your door, glowing with warmth, buzzing with endorphins, and filled with pride, is a high you can't get anywhere else. That feeling is addictive, and it's huge motivator for the next run. Finally, practice acceptance. Winter runs might be slower, they might feel awkward, you might have to walk over icy patches. That's okay. It's supposed to be different. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Let go of the idea that every run has to be amazing and you can find success in just showing up. I know what some of you are thinking. This all sounds great, but I don't have the right gear. Worrying about being prepared is a huge hidden motivation killer. But you don't need a closet full of expensive stuff to start. You just need enough to feel safe and not miserable. Think in simple layers. A good rule of thumb is to dress like it's 10 to 20 degrees warmer than it actually is, because you're going to heat up. The biggest rule, avoid cotton right next to your skin. It traps sweat and makes you colder. Focus on your hands, feet, and head. A simple hat, some thin gloves, and a good moisture wicking socks makes massive difference. For safety, if it's dark, you have to be seen. Wear bright or reflective clothing and use a basic headlamp. Be smart about your route. Stick to familiar, well-lit paths. If you can, just accept that you'll need to run slower and be more careful. Remember, you're still a runner, no matter how slow you go. The battle for your winter running goals isn't won on snowy roads. It's won in those quiet, dark moments in your warmth of your bedroom. When you have a choice to make, that voice telling you to stay comfortable will always be there. But now you have the tools to talk back. You have your why to give you purpose. You have the image of your future me to pull you forward. And you have the 5-minute Renegade Rule to just get you out of the door. Winter running isn't a punishment you have to get through. It's an opportunity to build mental strength that will help you long after the snow melts. You're not just running in the cold, you're running towards a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest brain gremlin that tries to keep you inside? Share it in the comments. Let's build a community of runners who don't let the cold win. And if you're ready to take on the challenge, subscribe and join the crew. We've got miles to run. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.